reviewing Back to the Future, Back in Time, next on another edition of Board Game Addict. Hey, before we get to the video of the review of the game, I just wanted to thank you so much for liking this video, commenting, subscribing, sharing it on your favorite social media. And if you haven't done that yet, please do me the honor of liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it on your favorite social media. It would mean so much to me at this channel, and it means so much to all of us here at this channel and what we're trying to do. We're dedicated to bringing you a lot of fun and exciting games, unboxing, how-to, and review. And so if you want to see that continued, please do all those things. And if you want to go that one extra step, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to our Buy Me a Coffee page, which is an alternative to Patreon, where you can actually donate some funds to see this place get upgraded and also, you know, help me buy more games. So thanks, and now let's go to... Hello, all you board game addicts out there. Welcome all, everybody who's involved with board games, who likes board games, who consider themselves board game geeks. Welcome to our channel, Board Game Addict. I'm your host, DNC, and today we are going to be reviewing this beauty right here, Back to the Future, Back in Time. Now, Back to the Future does have two games. It has Back to the Future, Back in Time, and Back to the Future, Dice Through Time. And actually, as I recall, there's even an earlier game, but I don't know how successful that game was. And I only heard about that game after I started to get involved with these two games. So I'm not really too sure the success of that other game. And I actually heard some reviews from other channels on the previous game, and they said that they didn't like it as much. So I might still do a review on that previous game. It'll just depend on whether or not I end up picking it up or not. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Back to the Future, Back in Time. Okay, so if you've been with us so far in this little series, you know that we did the unboxing of this game, and then I did an instructional how-to on this game, and then now I'm going to be getting into the review of this game. So let me just say a couple things first off that you might be thinking if you saw that, because the game seems to be complex. There's a lot of parts in it. When I was unboxing it for the first time, and I never played the game before I unboxed it, it was just like, whoa, there's so many little pieces, there's so many dice, there's so many cubes, there's so many, there's the big board, then you've got your individual boards, and you've got a tracker board, and then you've got 3 levels of trouble cards, and you've got, I mean, I just kind of seemed overwhelmed at the very beginning of it, like, you know, is this going to be one of those complex games where, you know, you have to learn a lot of stuff, and then like Dune was. Okay, so if you look at I was wondering, that's actually what was in my mind. Is this going to be like Dune, where there's so much stuff going on that we're continually having to look at the rule book, and then to complicate the matter, when I actually explained how to play the game, you know, it took like 35 minutes to explain the game if you look at the video. And I was trying to be as succinct as possible, and I actually looked at some other videos on how to explain the game, and they're all like nearly a half hour long around that time. Some of them were like 15 minutes, and then there was one out there that was like 5 minutes long, but it already, like the one that was 5 minutes long, like already assumed like you knew how to set the board up and everything. And so I was going from the very beginning, trying to help people who want to learn how to play the game, go for the very beginning to set up the board to, you know, most of your possible scenarios, or at least an example of your possible scenarios. So all that said to say, people are going to think that this game's complex, and because it's complex, the role play is not going to be, the game flow is not going to be that terrific. Anything couldn't be further from the truth. Anything couldn't be further from the truth. This game was so easy to play. Really, I would just say set the game up and start playing, because everything really in the game is self-explanatory. All the cards are self-explanatory. What you do in each turn is self-explanatory. All your little power dials are self-explanatory. Really, the only thing you need to learn how to do is set the game up. After you learn how to set the game up, it's a breeze after that. And let me tell you that this game is a lot of fun. I mean, it is a lot of fun. I give this, I don't know what you would call it. Like, I don't have any official review on this channel, like 2 thumbs up or a 10. But let me tell you, it was a 10. It was a 10. It was 2 thumbs up. It was a go over and play. It was have a good time. I loved this game. So, I mean, it's a great game. It's really simple to play. It really isn't that complex once you learn how to set the game up. I would say that's the most complex part about it, is just learning how to set the game up and then playing the game. Okay, so the other thing that I would say that feeds into this, so, yes, play the game. I give it a really good review, a 10 out of 10. A 2 thumbs up out of 2 thumbs up. But the other thing that I really enjoyed about the game is just the artwork of the game. They didn't like use pictures. They didn't like, try to, they used basically cartoon characters for the representation of the characters, and it made it its own thing. It wasn't only just trying to imitate the movie. So it kind of made it come to life, that the cartoon characters, while you could tell it was Marty, while you could tell it was Doc and so on and so forth, it made it come to life. It really made it come to life. The other thing is the interaction with the game itself. The interaction with the game itself was just amazing. The little cards that you turned over, it really felt like there was a lot of life to this game. Like, you would turn over a trouble card, for example, when one of our trouble cards that we had to resolve made the DeLorean go back 2 spaces. And so it was just like, oh no, you get close and then something happens that frustrates you. And so you'd go back and you try to fix it. And so it was a lot of fun. One of the trouble cards we got during one time was that anytime you rolled a Biff, Biff immediately moved to the Lorraine and George McFly, and so they couldn't fall in love. And so it was a lot of fun. I mean, just these things turned over very quickly. It was not boring at all. There's a lot of interaction with the game. However, one thing I guess that which this thing I'm about to bring up next it's not a game stopper for me. It really isn't a game killer or whatever. And that is just the simple fact that, with a cooperative game, it's easy to lose. Okay, it's hard to win. It's easy to lose because you're playing against the game. And when we only had 2 people playing it, it did seem like it was a little stacked against us. But it was fun. I mean, even though we lost, it was fun. I think that the more people you have play, the better chances you will, because the more opportunities you have to resolve like trouble cars and things like that, and push the car and and find the pieces and all that stuff. So I do recommend more people, more fun anyway, right? I mean, if you're gonna have a game day, more people, more fun. Just as long as they're not jerks and and ruin it for you. But that's a topic for another video. The other thing is you have a couple of additional characters too. You have the addition of the dog, Einstein, and you have the addition of Jennifer, Marty's girlfriend, who also get to interact in the game as well. And each one of them have their own like power, which I talked about when I talked about setting it up. But that's really fun because it causes you to be able to do a few things extra that you weren't normally able to do. So, again, let me just say that I really enjoyed this game. I highly recommend it. If somebody told me today, hey, we're going to be playing this game tonight, I'd be making plans to go over and play. So that's it. As always, pick this game up. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, In the description box below, I will be leaving a link to the Buy Me a Coffee where you can donate your hard-earned funds and help me buy games, help me renovate out. I'm renovating this room out of my house to make it more game friendly. It used to be, I'm not going to get into it. It used to be something else. Now it's going to be a game in a podcast room. So if you want to help me out there, that would just be amazing. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you want to buy this game for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below so that you can buy a copy of this game for yourself on Amazon. All right, we will see you, all you board game addicts. Have a great day.